Here's the story. This is a dream sequence called The Patient's Dream. It's not a story, but an actual retelling of a dream. The sleep, food, and water deprivation are taking their toll, but I'm determined that my good attitude will make the difference and allow me to survive as a POW-LH, that is, as a prisoner of a warlike hospital. Eventually, my listless eyes no longer showed fear. I collapse face first on the pillow and see within my not yet asleep but somewhat delirious mind a swarm of tiny lights, undulating smoothly, multicolored and independently moving, tiny at first, as if at a great distance, then closer. Approaching, they are elegant, and I am transfixed, for as they get closer I see reflections of gentle smiling faces on shiny, almost wet, now identifiable teardrop shapes. I find myself looking up at a fierce, falling faces, amazed and filled with joy. One of the drops strikes me in my right eye, splashes, and I become it. We fall, float together down and transform. We are a crowd of people now, moving down a steep cobblestone street in some ancient village. As the crowd flows downhill together, we begin to move more quickly, and my thought is that this is far too fast for a crowd of people to be traveling. The gentle bobbing heads around me are mostly older than I am, and I fear that someone may be hurt or trampled in this aged, perhaps ageless mass. Just then I notice a kind of knowing glance, a reassuring half smile on many of the faces around me. Without any trace of arrogance, I feel they are guardians who are there to protect me. Their calming glances put me at peace, and I allow myself to just calm and relax as we continue to accelerate down this winding cobblestone path, accelerating without intentional movement, feeling that their contentment, a sense of belonging, comforts me as I begin to free fall at an incredible speed. In a flash, I realize that they know so much more than me, and I feel thankful for their guidance. We strike lightly the same cobblestones we had left not long ago, and again, I'm a part of a exquisite choreography, flowing ever faster, but now I'm not afraid. I relax in the acceleration, and everything rushes down, and then twisting quickly to the right, off a cliff. We are the waterfall falling. Suddenly, my heart is pounding, and my mind is shocked at the thought of plunging to my death. But again, I see those knowing smiles, not criticizing me for my fear, just letting me know that things are not to be feared. As we are falling, we gradually lose our speed and turn into the mist of a mountain waterfall. Thermal currents sweep us horizontally away from the cliff's face, and then ever blissfully convey us up into the huge thunderhead above. We enter into its black belly. Crack! A web of lightning blasts right through us from left to right, illuminating every bit of the darkness. Remarkably, in the midst of this ferocious electrical storm, I feel no fear. As a million volts rip through me, I see myself charged white. This moment is freeze-framed, but our ascent accelerates rapidly. We leave the black heart of the nimbus cloud and ascend into the gray and silver. Wow, we slow and I sense incredible cold. Suddenly, the smooth round surfaces of my new friends twist and distend into drawn-out crystalline distortions. I feel anxious until that now familiar smile sparkles on the face of the one who seems to be there watching after me, transforming rapidly from the distressed images of twisted contortions into absolute beauty, the magnificent architecture and symmetry of snowflakes. I'm more in the moment than I've ever been before, and I notice that their elderly faces now appear shiny. They even sparkle. We are all diamonds. No longer free-falling nor accelerating nauseatingly. We're now slow-falling, air-bouncing, with jolly, laughing looks and silent, pristine perfection. This moment I enjoy immensely. I vow now never to forget, savor special moments. We share a sense of the absolute in one another. All of us can recognize that each magnificently different snowflake is made of exactly the same stuff. Finally, we stop on a beautiful mountain. We pile up gently and finally come to rest in a place I never knew even existed. Supreme calm, peace, absolute quiet. Then through the lens of snowflakes above me, I see a light rising. It becomes brighter and brighter. A drip runs by, lilting one of my arms, and then another as I feel 2 star points melt away. But I am not concerned. Instead, sunshine is melting all of us. We drip and run slowly at first and then flow into dry snow. We stop and half freeze for ice. To ice for just a few moments, maybe a few days. Then a fine line forms finally a stream. Flowing, we're rolling down. Myriad colors reflecting light off the water and the snow. Drops become a trickle and then speed up. We feel cracks fall and flow through the gleaming hillside above the village. This time when we get to the top of the village and hit the cobblestones, we splatter, splash, launch, and bounce over every one of the pebbles and rocks, and then crash laughing into the curbs and corners. And I am not afraid. We slow and pool in the town square and jostle to a stop. The shape of each individual becomes more and more clear. Each morphs into a human form. As the sun sets, we cheer it's going down. A celebration begins. Just one spark grew at first and then more, each one being lit by the others. Firecrackers, bottle rockets, and whistlers are going off, and the progression is geometric. All of us get the fever. An inferno surrounds us. The blast is deafening and visually blinding. It is too much, and yet we're moving through, flowing again downhill. Now it is no longer just fireworks, but the solid wall of a blast furnace. Again, in just a split second, I think we must stop. We cannot go into something that hot. If we do, we'll clearly disintegrate. But I don't even have to look to feel the guys directing me to release my fears and just let go. Of course, my whole tribe rushes headlong into the sheer white heat. Weird. I am exhilarated and ecstatic. We merge into this nuclear furnace, and everyone pressing and everything squeezing down. We're driving towards some unknown limit and continue pressing down into a smaller and smaller space. What was inconceivable is now a reality. Everything becomes so tight, it heats up and starts glowing. The compression is unbearable and yet continues until a sudden flash, stop, and tremendous violent expansion. Every one of us is blasting back out at the speed of light, exploding and reverberating, pure energy radiating waves of particles, each joining distinct wave frequencies out. Some hop gamma and X-rays, the fastest things out of town. Some television and radio transmissions. The other slower frequencies. Light patterns flash by as jumbled music comes out backwards. All of us are propelled unstoppably from one single point. Some move so slowly that they appear to move the entire event. I join a wave out and comment and connect smoothly. The difference in the various wavelengths are apparent, but we don't differentiate between our waves and their waves. A cluster of waves come together and they, like dolphins playing, weaving in the water, all around us, a huge chain is forming. A massive link-up of various light frequencies bending. I feel support and strongly connected. I feel love. I look up, and a host of others are entwined and filling up the sky, coalescing into a majestic rainbow. I am content and filled with gratitude. So now I can say to you with confidence, peace be with you.